Hello, so today I wanted to do the fragrance first time video that I saw from Imagine Scents. I will link his channel below. He kind of made it into a tag. Nobody tagged me. I just wanted to do it. So it is 10 first questions about fragrances. The first one is, oh, by the way, I've got a tray of fragrances on my lap and my phone with the questions on it. Okay, so number one is my first bottle. If you're not counting body sprays and splashes and stuff like that, my first bottle of actual perfume, and I had both of these around the same time, so I can't really remember which one came first. I think it was Sunflower from Elizabeth Arden, or Sunflowers, and April Fields from Coty. So I'm pretty sure it was Sunflowers, but it might have been April Fields. I think I liked my mom's Sunflowers so much that she gave it to me, and I think she didn't like April Fields, so she gave it to me. My first designer bottle, again, I had two that were kind of close to around the same time. I had a DKNY. It was the really tall, skinny bottle, and it smelled like grapefruit and blood oranges. I mean, really, it says it's a blood orange note on it, but it smelled like grapefruit. And I didn't like it, but I wore it anyway because I just in case somebody asked me what it was, I wanted to be able to say it was DKNY. Great reasoning. Anyway, but I think that might have been my second one. I think my first designer fragrance was a little splash bottle of CK1 that my dad gave to me. Number three is my first niche bottle. Okay, here's where I have some trouble because there are some people that are sticklers, let's call it sticklers, about their definition of niche, and I don't agree with everyone's definition of niche, so I'm just gonna pull a few things. Now, this obviously isn't a bottle, and it's Hermes, so it's technically designer, but it's from the Hermescence collection, so a lot of people consider that niche, even though it's Hermes. But I tried a sample of Ambre Narguile, and I decided that I couldn't live without at least some of it, so I found, I think it's part of one of their like sampling sets, but that somebody broke down, either that or it was like a deluxe sample or something like that. And I found that on eBay because that's about all I can afford from Hermescence at this point in time. But I couldn't live without it, so I decided that I had to get that. Also, you could consider these next two places niche or indie. It's kind of one of those gray areas, but Hove in New Orleans, this is the Tea Olive Eau de Toilette, and I got some other samples. I plan on getting Spanish Moss and Kiss in the Dark. I like their Eau de Toilette concentration. It still lasts a long time on my skin, and their Eau de Parfum is just too much for me to handle. And also Bourbon French perfumes. I have more than this, but these are their Eau de Cologne roller balls. These don't last like Eau de Colognes. They are really strong. These last like a whole long time on your skin. I have Voodoo Love and Olive Blossom. These are just the ones that I have out right now in my fall fragrance tray. And I do have a few more of those. And I have my custom fragrance that I had made there as well. Depending on what your definition of niche is, there are a few things. Okay, number four is most memorable compliment, and I don't really have one single compliment that sticks out to me as memorable, but I know my all-time most complimented fragrance on me is Avon's Marc Bokista. This doesn't smell on my skin the way it used to, and it's partially my body chemistry and partially probably the age of this, but every time I used to wear this, I would get stopped. every time. Mostly by men wanting to know what it was to buy for their girlfriends. First negative feedback is number 5. Okay, my first negative feedback was actually from my mom. We had a store called Garden Botanica. I think it still exists online, but not in the same form as it used to in the stores. They had an area where you could pick your fragrances and you could blend certain things. You could like add up to like 3 things in one scent. You could make lotions or body washes and body sprays, and I had a sandalwood body spray made. This wasn't her being negative, but she hates sandalwood by itself, and I would douse myself in it. And it was kind of one of those, it wasn't a good fake sandalwood. It was not real sandalwood oil, and it wasn't a good synthetic. In hindsight, it probably smelled really, really cheap and kind of nasty, but I was young and I just thought it was the best thing in the world, and my mom hated it when I would wear it. But really, other than that, I don't know that I've ever really gotten a lot of negative feedback other than that. Okay, number 6 is first fragrance video watched. I don't know. I watched so much YouTube, man. Like, I have no idea what my first fragrance video was. It was either Redolescence, Manny from Cascade Scents, or Kristen from Beauty Meow. It was one of them. I'm pretty sure, because I think those were the first 3 fragrance channels that I was subscribed to. Maybe Mark from Robes08. Yeah, sorry, I have no idea. I don't have an answer for this one. Number 7 is First Love. My first absolute head over heels love is Christian Lacroix Rouge. This was a collaboration of Christian Lacroix with Avon. There was maybe I'll do a video about this at some point, but there was a point in time where I pretty much only wore Avon because I knew it didn't react badly with my skin. And this is actually a really great osmanthus fragrance. It's definitely discontinued, but if you can find it anywhere and you like osmanthus fragrances, I actually really like this a lot. Someone in my family bought it for me and I fell head over heels for it. Number 8 is First Hate. I'm sure that there were fragrances that I have hated before this one that I just never bothered to figure out what they were. Smelling on other people passing by or whatnot, like visceral reactions towards Taboo. And it's one of those things that really only should have ever been worn at night during cool weather. And even then, it's just so much. Sorry, I hate Taboo. First blind buy. Now, my first blind buy was a flanker to the Christian Lacroix Rouge, and that was Christian Lacroix Absinthe. I was like, oh, I love the first one. This one sounds great. And I ordered it I think it was the following year that this came out. And luckily it's good. The men's version of this is actually even better. It's fantastic. Yeah, this was my first blind buy. And number 10 is First Guilty Pleasure. I wouldn't really call this my first guilty pleasure as it is. I just think my all-time guilty pleasure altogether is Body Splash / the green tea line from Elizabeth Arden. I just pulled out the ones that I have out right now in my rotation, and from Elizabeth Arden I have the green tea bamboo and green tea exotic. I have more than this. This is just what I have out right now. I also have Benefit's Bathina, which is in a really cute bottle, and a hidden gem. I have Ulta's Fig and Honey, and Wild Fig and Pink Cedar from Grace and Cole. Those are the ones that I have out right now. I love body splashes for after a shower or when I go to the gym. Same thing, I use kind of the Elizabeth Arden green tea fragrances in kind of the same way. I'm all about the hidden gems. I'm all about finding the really good ones in the inexpensive ranges. And that is the last question. So thank you so much to Imagine Scent for putting this video out. And like I said, I will link his channel down below. All of my social media information will be linked down below as well. If you're new here, please subscribe. That would really mean a lot to me. Leave me a comment. I love to respond. And until next time, thank you for watching.